Professor Raja Affendi Raja Ali graduated with honors degree in medicine and completed higher diploma in clinical teaching, Master of Medical Science and Doctorate of Medicine from the National University of Ireland. He underwent higher training in gastroenterology and hepatology and was awarded the Certificate of Completion of Specialist Training by the Royal College of Physicians of Ireland. He's a Fellow of Royal College of Physicians of Edinburgh and American Gastroenterological Association. Please welcome Professor Raja Affendi.
Dr. Haikal, are we ready? Sorry, I was in the outside.
Yeah. We're ready.
Okay, so my turn, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me just share my screen here. Can you see the screen, Dr. Haikal?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, salam sejahtera and a very good morning. I suppose we are group number X to present. Gut Research Group, I represent not myself. Many are outstanding researchers, as you can see on the screen. So our group is a gut research group from the mouth to anus, basically, or digestive system, including liver and hepatobiliary and also pancreas, all the things. Now, a little bit history about our group. Back in end of 2015 or so, I got my buddies have lunch and discuss a bit what we're going to do for the next couple of years in terms of getting the grant, getting the students. So we gather together, we do some collaboration fragmentally in the Department of Basic Science, Physiology and Biochemistry, but was not formalized until we formally formed a group in 2018 with a mixtures of basic science, clinical, physiology, medical, microbiology, immunology, pharmacology, pathology, and surgeons and dietetics and other discipline also. So formally, we established a group end of 2018, but we also in the process and also doing extension outside the UKM. We are lucky to have a great two outstanding researchers, Professor Leon Ye from the USM, the top research scientist by Academy of Medicine, gastroenterologist, and also Prof. Ahmad Al-Umar, the distinguished international professor to the faculty at that time. So we also appoint him as our collaborators and basically mentoring our group too. So we also planning associate members outside UKM. We have rising stars. I have described Dr. Hajar Fauzan Ahmad, got PhD in Denmark, do a lot of sequencing, and now working at UMP. He's doing a lot of sequencing in plant biologists, but also now he's translated into the human that we asked him to do plenty of NGS sequencing, 16S sequencing, and many other, not only bacteria, but also viral and fungal, which is really useful for us. And Dr. Dalina from Faculty of Pharmacy, Imperial College, who do work on the pharmacotherapeutic in the inflammatory bowel disease. And we would like to get more from industry and NGOs in the future, getting the few candidates for interviews. So, a gut related group. No, should I mean, there are studies. I'm not going to show the list of whatever that we're doing of note. The most recent one that been doing by our clinical masters, medicine, Dr. Izrina, finishing her work already, funded by the industries, and we also will get RAs from the industries. Sometimes we don't have a candidate for the RAs and end up most of the work done by the clinical master student. Fair enough. And she's very good. She's been doing the oral Young Investigator Award this weekend, and also in the Asia Pacific International Digestive Disease Federation in Hong Kong, September. So we are very particular in choosing the right phenotypes of the student, so that we want to ensure the progression of your part, and quite important for the group as well. We also explore about fatty liver. This is mostly Dr. Cairo Najmi, our consultant in gastroenterology and pathology. Again, we work closely with the industry. He's doing some works on look at the intestinal permeability in the fatty liver, and we have, in this case, is unique, and that's what we want. we are planning to do in the future, where we combine a clinical masters and also a student who do master by research in master medical science. So someone do on the clinical aspect, the other one doing on the animal model aspect, so or a lot of basic advanced science molecular biology aspect. So we get two results simultaneously, which is I think the way forward that we should do, rather than focus on mostly clinical. We need to focus on the translational. And these are the work that I've been doing for the last year or two by Dr. Najmi, and I think doing very, very well at the moment. And I'm sure there will be more paper to come, and early papers also have been published by him. And he also got an award at the Asia Pacific levels of his work, and it's clearly to show the, I think, the importance of having quite a nice group. Another issue another arena that we adventures in our group is Helicobacter pylori, really championed by Associate Professor Dr. Alfiza in the Microbiology and Immunology department. I think she got tremendous work in the Helicobacter pylori, and I've no hesitate to say that in Malaysia, perhaps she's the one who really adventures in Helicobacter pylori. She also has a lab to do a culture sensitivity, and this is really give. She's really enterprising already, really give income to the department and to the faculty and university, where many private physicians who send the samples, but this may need to be in the more coordinated way to get more revenue in the future. I think she has done a tremendous work. I'm not going to go through one by one, a lot of outputs and a grant either in-house or nationally. And of course, output is a huge to the students and to the group. And also books that have been published by her good self. So I think this is really good in terms of showcase our strength in the arena of Helicobacter pylori for those who are interested in this thing. Now, we also engage Mayo Clinic. A lot of clinicians might know, and they're really interested to know our work in the two aspects, Helicobacter pylori and also inflammatory bowel disease. So we got an online symposium with all these gurus from the Mayo Clinic laboratories and also based in Singapore. So we are doing something behind the scene at the moment to explore further in terms of sending the fellows in the future in the Mayo Clinic, sending the scientists in the future, Mayo Clinic, to do some lab and the clinical work in the future. Now, we also have some with Sime Darby in terms of focusing for tocotrienol reflection. I know the other group also doing this. And again, Dr. Najmi and Prof. Fiza also doing this on the molecular aspect, how to evaluate some local market to tackle the fatty liver, which has no definite remedy at the moment. And Associate Professor Dr. Jaya Kumar, the neuroscientist, and also contributed significantly to our group in terms of many basic science. In this case, that you can see on the slide there. And of course, I think many researchers may have more than one group in performing the research. So I think it's a great value added to our group that neuroscientist for Associate Professor Dr. Kumar. Again, he also championed the industrial grant that we stay ongoing at the moment and doing very well about exploring all this antidepressive effect in a rat model and also simultaneous in the human model of the patient with irritable bowel syndrome. So I think that's the plan that we want to do. And thank God we actually, despite about 4.5 years or so, we got Anugerah Bitara from the UKM. And so to summarize a little bit, our research practice, number one, the most important is collaboration, not only intra or inside the faculty, but also inter-faculties, inter-specialities or inter-universities. International networking and to get support from the industry is very important so that we not disturb the monies in the faculty in terms of not only grant and in-kind, but also supporting the publication. And we would like to have a targeted grant every now and then, either nationally or internationally. We have Explore. Again, of course, at the international level, a lot of rejection, but we will keep trying to get handsome amount of international grant for the future and explore further with regard to digestive disorders. And we're also diversifying the group, and we're starting entrepreneurship soon. I think at this era, we need to have the enterprising in whatever aspect they're doing. Not only clinician scientists, but also we get a couple of engineers, businessmen, or funders into our group. And we have a branding. So now our articles for the last 3 years, we have an affiliation, a gut research group. And I think that great strategies, because following the high impact application, we got a response from the industry and from other stakeholders who like to collaborate with us with the existing research group, and still not very well established. But I think group branding is very, very important. And working with industry is quite important for us, not only for the funding, but also from the bench to the market, or from the bench to what we can do with them in terms of commercialization, and not only in terms of products, but we also focus on the services, consultancy in the future, that we're starting a little bit at the project at the moment, and many more practice that we're going to go to international level. We're going to go to many other research leadership courses. We're going to sponsor a student who join us, and also the lecturers. And of course, this is funded by the industries. So the area of research, what we're doing is, I mean, I'm not going to go very detailed, but in the area of digestive disorders, either you like to do a basic or advanced sciences, clinical and translational researchers, and also involve many disciplines, and more importantly, to get a value added in the distinguished centers with the international collaboration. So if I would like to summarize to all of you who participate in this program, what's in it for you actually? So what do you get from us actually? We would like to get a combination of clinical work and science. We would like to get people who do a master's to potentially to upgrade to PhDs, and potentially get clinical attachment or fellowship abroad in whatever your specialties. We would like you to get the postdoc in overseas. At the moment, our student finished PhD last year, now doing postdoc in the US, in Carolina, through our network. We have a dedicated research progress meeting. This is very important to monitor. We can talk whatever you want, but monitoring the students, and I have to salute Prof. Nafiza here with the students that religiously doing dedicated progress meeting very well. And we also would like the student to possibly unlock your research leadership. You know, you can work in silo, but if you're bringing more leaders, research leaders in the future, so the group will be expanding not only nationally, but also regionally and internationally. So we are planning some course of research leadership, hopefully in the NUS for our lecturers and our students, sponsored by the industry. And of course, potential to work with industry in the future. So we have Chris left us and worked very well in Nestle in Singapore, doing work with industry, and he's doing very well. And we get in touch with him at the moment. And potential to get sponsorship from industry is a massive. So we always get all the students to attend the meeting, completely sponsored by the industry, provided the students must have the abstract to go with, not just themselves. And of course, we in the process of hopefully by first quarter or second quarter next year, we're going to get a dedicated annual funding from various industry. We're aiming around maybe 200 to 500K per year, with a good return on values and also return on investment to the industry. Now, if I would like to express a little bit the present and perhaps the future of Gut Research Group in terms of doing a business model canvas to us and to all of you, where the customer segments, so a lot of students who are coming to us. And not only that, we also get the query from insurance company, from the clinics, other hospital, from industry to be part of our customer segment. And of course, we have to maintain the customer relationship, doing all of these many things and key activities, as I've mentioned to you, predominantly digestive disorders, and in the future, innovations, and all this to attract the industries and discovery research, we got a value propositions for mostly related to the GI disorders. And the key partners, we have identified a few investors who are interested as a matter of getting the pitching date to them, and also public and private universities, and also a trust that we also secure some grant, Hamlet Trust by the IBD Studies Multi-Center. So we're going to get a dedicated RA for that. And in the future, hopefully, we have our own cost structures that we have at the moment. We're going to get some revenue streams, so whatever we're going to do, some research and teaching, learning, consultancy for some industry that actually made inquiry with us already. And of course, at the moment, our key resources still limited. We are no dedicated building or dedicated office, but I think in the future, we might have this with the attractiveness shown by a lot of other stakeholders that contacting us. So I think that is our group, and these are the contact if you are interested in exploring digestive disorders. And I have to thank Dr. Najmi to prepare some videos for us. So this is about a minute or so for you to watch. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I pass back to Dr. Haikal. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Raja Affendi.